it makes you think, are people counter trading you? It's just psychology. I don't know. I still think TRVL is bullish. I still do, but we've basically given back all of yesterday's gains, basically. Yeah. And it's not because of TRVL, it's because of Bitcoin. Everything that you're seeing is because of Bitcoin. It's got nothing to do with TRVL. Okay? That's just the way it is. Again, TRVL, we have this bump and run pattern in play. To invalidate this pattern, you have to just make, this has to go all the way down here and make another low here. Okay, so that pattern is still in play. And then the other thing I was thinking about TRVL, and it's, I hate this price action, because as I was explaining in my stream today, and look, you've got gaps as well. Look at these gaps forming. That's not healthy. You don't have them on the other exchanges. Yeah. On Gate, look at these gaps. It just means that there's no volume when people are trying to sell. Okay, they're selling at market and it's gapping. It's very unhealthy price action. In a sense, it's good that we come down fast, because when we go up, you're just going to go up really fast too. In exactly the same way that you go down fast, you can go up really fast. But it's not going to be healthy if that's just how it always happens. You know, like, what we need to do with this token is we need to absorb the price so it doesn't, so this kind of behavior doesn't happen. You get these low volume declines in price. You see how the volume is declining, yeah, and the price is going down. It's just people are market selling because they think this is going to go to zero, which is not. So it's not going to go to zero. So it's just people who are just jumping in for the pump, and then they're bailing out because they don't have a long-term strategy of accumulation, which is the right strategy. So if the price pulls back 13%, they're going to panic because they just took one entry and they took it at 8.7 rather than just dollar cost averaging in the dips, which is the right strategy. Scaling and scaling and scaling in. That way you don't get burnt, because on average you'll be in a strong position if you continue to dollar cost average into the dips. The problem is that people are waiting for the dips. They're not absorbing the dips, and that's what's causing these sudden declines, which is actually I don't think it's healthy price action. I think what we need to do is create sideways flat consolidations, and not these zigzags. They're not really healthy, because it just means that our targets are not higher. We want higher targets. We need flat corrections. Yeah. If this is a correction, right? If this correction was flat, then when Bitcoin finally picks up and finds its feet, then instead of starting from 7.6 cents, you're starting from 8.4 cents. Yeah, that's all it means. It just helps us get higher, and it's an education, and you can't manipulate that. It's just the market IQ, basically. People just have no idea what they're doing, and they're just jumping in and jumping out, buying and selling at market, panicking every time the price pulls back, and not having a higher time frame strategy of accumulation. That's really what's going on right now. The other problem that we have is we don't have crazy amounts of interest for long-term accumulation in this token. We need more interest. We need more people interested in this token. Okay, and when that happens, you're going to get more demand, and then people are going to be desperate to accumulate at higher prices, and we don't have that kind of behavior yet, and so therefore the volume is still relatively low. Okay, but that being said, I mean, that's just kind of my 2 cents on the price action. there is a possibility that the correction is over. There is a possibility that the correction is over. And there is also a possibility that this was our wave 1. Okay. I don't like it because I think it's a very appalling and abysmal wave 1. Yeah. But I was expecting, I am thinking that that was our wave 1 is complete and we were in a corrective 2. And maybe that was our 1 of 1. So we've had our 1 of 1 now. This is our 2, potentially. I'm not sure. But it does look like it could be. This could have been your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now you're in a correction. This could be what's happening right now. And that could potentially be our wave 1. That's what I'm thinking, actually. Very similar to Bitcoin, because that would kind of coincide with Bitcoin, except Bitcoin is on the wave 5 of 3. And we would be on the 1 of 3. So the timings are a bit off, but the impulse timings are on track. And if that was our correction to the 1, if that was our wave 1, and this was our 2, it looks like a corrective 2. You know, like when I look at this correction, it's very ABC-ish. You know, there's lots of ABCs. This was quite impulsive. When you think about this correction, this whole move is very impulsive. Yeah, very impulsive. So that could have been your 1. This could be your 2. For this to be our 1, and I'm talking 1 of the 3. So I'm thinking now that we're entering the wave 3, and this is our wave 1. For this to be our wave 1, and if this is our 2, then the only condition is that it can't come back underneath the 0. That's the only condition. Okay, so we have to see what happens. Okay, if it suddenly goes down there, then it's not. Then this wasn't a 1. It's still a corrective wave. But if we now, because of Bitcoin, whatever, we now start to impulse, this will be our wave 3. Yeah. So that will be our 1, that will be our 2, this will be our 3. I'm not saying this is the wave 3. This whole thing will be the wave 1 of 3. Yeah. So it's almost like this wave down here. Where have I got it? How have I drawn it out? Did I not draw it? I think I did. Nope. I might have deleted it. Simone. Maybe these. So I'm just thinking to myself, it could be like this. So you end up with like, it's your 1 and your 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what you're forming before you go into a corrective 2. And you end up with your 4 was actually to here. That's your 3 was actually to there. Was it to there? Hold on. No, that's not correct. Let me do this again. It's not correct. So that's your 5 waves. So the whole thing becomes a 1. There. So that's your 1. Let me just change the color. You know, as time goes by, it'll be easier to see. So the more waves we have, the easier it will become. Get rid of that. So you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. This is a corrective 2 to there. And now we've begun our 3. That's what I'm thinking. We're beginning our 3 now. And there's going to be 5 waves in this free impulsive wave. and each impulsive wave will have 5 waves too. Okay, so this is basically, we've had our first 5 waves of the first wave. This is our wave 2, and that's why I'm thinking potentially the next one could be R3. That will coincide with Bitcoin. All of this coincides with Bitcoin. Okay, so I don't think it's going to go that far. I don't know how far it's going to get. But when you're looking at fibs, let me just kind of, who knows about the future. I always say that, can't predict the future. But you can do trend-based fibs. So just based on this 0 to 1, let's imagine the 2 was there, that was the end of the 2. Just doing some trend-based fibs from there to there to there. No, incorrect, sorry. To there to there. Let's get this up very roughly. Again, I've done it wrong, sorry. There. I'd rather do it accurate actually, because I hate doing it inaccurately. So let me just go in there and hone in my accuracy. And then also where it started. All right. $13.39, 19.8. I don't like these fib lines actually. I don't like any of them. Which makes me think that there's something incorrect. I've done something incorrect. Maybe that was the 3 was up to there. So I just want to change this. To there, straight to there. So I'm imagining now that is to there, this 5 is to there, rather than to there. I'd have to recount this. Don't like those either. It's quite subjective right now. Okay, I'm not 100% sure. So we have to see what happens here. I think everything's got to do with Bitcoin. Yeah. If Bitcoin now suddenly finds strength, everything will find strength. Everything is just following Bitcoin right now. Okay. And short of anything ultra bullish for TRVL, it will just continue to follow Bitcoin. I think people have to realize that. Yeah. What's happening is that every time Bitcoin pulls back, TRVL is pulling back. Every time Bitcoin goes up, TRVL is going up. Okay. Now there are a lot of things coming in the future. That's when you're going to get a markup in value, just because of people pouring value into TRVL, not extracting the value. But these movements that we're experiencing now are price movements in correlation with the price movements of Bitcoin. Yeah. When you see tokens go sideways when Bitcoin goes down, it's because people interested in that token are absorbing the price as the price is trying to push down. When you don't see that, then there's no demand, there's no absorption. So we're not in that situation now where the price is being absorbed as Bitcoin goes down, because that would be extremely bullish and it would indicate demand. And we had that experience. I don't know if people remember, but we had that experience here. Yeah, for a large amount of time, people were not letting the price go down as Bitcoin was dropping. Yeah, we had that experience and we're not experiencing that anymore. We need to experience that, because you get that kind of behavior, then you're going to go up much higher. Okay, that's the kind of behavior we need to go up. So I'll be interested to see what happens to Bitcoin, and I think if people haven't looked at my Bitcoin update, they should, because I'm contemplating a bearish and a bullish scenario. And I'm hoping for the bullish one. And I'm going to trade both and see what happens.